Guys, this is Andy BC Builds here, showing you a rebuild of a frame that I've had for a while. I actually gave it to somebody and ended up getting it back. Sorry. Basically, I put new springs, coils. The only thing that's the same on it is the frame, and I think like the hardware, the binding post. Everything else is pretty much changed. Anyways, you can see the frame. It is a Chinese frame. It is a two-piece frame. I'm not even going to show you right this second. Anyways, for anybody that watches Johnny Gault's YouTube channel, and he says he builds all his own frames, his Black Beauty machine, the Black Beauty Bulldog machine, is this frame. This exact frame. He didn't make it. It's a Chinese frame. Everything's the same except for a different color. He got the black one. It comes in black and red, and he carved some design into it, I think. I drilled holes in mine. You can see that I just drilled them. Well, not recently. Anyways, look at his video. Just so you can try to get this light closer. So you can see, look on his frames. This bulldog arm, it's not a one-piece frame. You can see how it curves, and then right at the bottom, it goes straight. It goes flat because this arm is actually welded on. You can actually see the weld mark under the paint. Okay, that's one thing that gave the frame away. And the other thing was the vise. This isn't a typical pinch vise that has a sleeve. I'm not sure how well you'll be able to see it, but there is actually a square cutout in the bottom of this vise. You see where it's a square right there? And that little piece actually comes out. That's what gave away that his machine was one of these frames. This is the only machine that I see that has a two vise like this. They either have the pinch vise with the sleeve, or the push vise with the sleeve, or a pinch vise for most frames. And also, look at the front of the two vise too. You see it's got the angles right here. It's also got that. Yeah, so it was a dead giveaway that he is using Chinese frames. Anyways, I'm not against it. I really don't care if he uses it. Just don't fucking lie about it. Anyways, I'm going to show you how this machine runs. This is a nice shader, all-purpose shader I built just because I had the frame laying around. The coils are actually 9-wrap coils. Just with some red shrink wrap over them. I had electrical tape on them. That's why it's kind of, you can see, uneven. You can see the electrical tape still on there. After I wound them, I put electrical tape on them just to keep them tight, and I just never took them off when I put the shrink wrap on. But anyways, they're 9 wraps. I felt like doing 9. And I don't know if you'll be able to see it. Actually, the wire ended up on the top, because if it was 10, it would be wound all the way to the bottom, so you might be able to see it in there. There's a wire that goes all the way down the side, then I wrapped it around. It's the same with the back coil. I positioned them to try to hide that. Anyways, they're iron cores, T-tops. You can see the thin on the bottom. Nice T-top cores. Just black plastic washers. I cut it out of some random plastic I had. I needed 2 iron yokes because I don't really need the yokes. It was just really to raise it up. A medium-sized armature bar, 18 gauge ringmaster springs front and back, 832 binding post, all matching bolts, hex bolts. You can all see they're the same. I cannot stand different size screws on a machine. Anyways, 9 volts. Loaded. Sorry guys. 7.9 volts. Again. Loaded with a 9 mag. Metal tube. And plenty of tension on the needle. The needle's pretty bent. You can see when I pull the rubber band off, it bends back. Then it pulls back in place. It's got a pretty big bend in the needle. So I always bend my needles so they stay against the tube. So it's got a lot of tension on that. It's nothing too special. Probably won't use it. I have machines that I like. I'm kind of stuck on the few. I'll probably use it once or twice. Nice firm hit, but still pretty soft. Yeah, you notice it's a little louder. Basically, it just doesn't have an O-ring. You can see there's no O-ring under the spring, which you don't need. The reason why I'm not using O-rings anymore to build them is just because they snap after time, and I just don't want to build machines that you have to replace stupid little rubber parts. Because over time, those are the first things to fail, I find, is the O-rings, and I'm tired of replacing them. You can tune the machine to run perfectly without O-rings, you don't need them, but obviously there's not that buffer for the sound. So we hear it when it stops, makes that quick rattle sound. That's just because it doesn't have an O-ring. And this isn't completely finished being tuned. I gotta bend the spring a little more, and I gotta shim the front coil a little more. It's not hitting completely even. But right now it's 1:30 in the morning, so this is good to go. Well, good for now. So, Johnny Gault, I'm not trying to be a dick if you watch this, but don't claim that all your frames are handmade, because your Black Beauty Bulldog frame is this exact frame. I guarantee it. And I'm not against using Chinese frames. Bro, you can use Chinese frames all you want. Just don't spout that you make all of them and have Spalding Metalworks make them, because you don't. And honestly, you'll get more respect being honest with people. I'm not here to bash you, but I'm here for the truth. I'm here to help people. And lying to people, for whatever reason it is not going to help them at all. It just really isn't. And that's false advertising when they buy your machines. When you say you use all handmade frames, people are going to want to pay more. They're going to think they're getting something custom, and then down the road, they're going to find somebody like me that has a Chinese frame. I bought the whole machine for like $8 fucking. You know, and your coils are nice. I'm not saying they're not, but when you're charging $200 for a machine, when it only cost you, you know, like $1 to make the coils and took you 20 minutes to do that, and then you bent a couple springs, a true handmade machine that's $200+ the only reason they're worth that is because they have handmade frames. But when you're getting generic frames like this, you know, if you're using a name brand frame, it'd still be worth more. But when you're using an eBay frame or a $20, not even, let's say $20 frame, if you paid full price for this fucking thing, which I doubt you did, there's no way you should be charging $200 for the machine. Even when just because it's got your name behind it and you tuned it correctly and da 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 da. No offense, man. It's pretty easy to tune a machine as long as you're not an idiot. I threw this together. It took me 15 minutes to make the coils and put this thing together. I haven't even tuned it. I just put it all together, slapped it together real quick. And I'm pretty sure I turned with the screw and this thing would bang out some perfect fucking shading. So just to charge $200 because you took 20 minutes to make coils and you took the time to tune a machine, I think it's kind of bullshit. With technology these days, with the fucking, you know, you read the power right on the box and it tells you the hertz, I don't think tuning is worth $200. Honestly, I tune machines for fucking free all day long. So if anybody needs a machine tuned, send it to me. You pay for the postage, I will rebuild the fucking thing for you for free. Sorry, man, but, you know, I just can't stand liars. It's my biggest fucking thing. Alright, I'm out. I gotta go.